This is going to be the Bell Hotel's Food and Beverage Department presentation for this morning. My name is Matt. Felix. Okay, this is basically a breakdown of each person's responsibilities in the group. As you can see, responsible for the banquet contract, also the access portion.
Yeah, I was part of the menu, and along with Randy.
Okay, the Food and Beverage Department at the Bell Orchard Hotel, we provide the catering services and dining services for all the banquet rooms, for any conferences or engagements that may happen at the hotel. So it's our responsibility to make sure that the right food is there for the right number of people and everything that goes along with that. Okay, what we did is we took a snippet or a snapshot of the letter that we were tasked out to do. Basically, the assignment was to write a letter to Josefina Hernandez on behalf of the Food and Beverage Department, basically confirming that she was going to be there with her group on a certain date with a certain number of people. And in that letter, we enclosed a couple of contracts for her to sign and then return them to us.
So yeah, basically we had to create a banquet contract and menu with all the items we included in our restaurant, and includes a lot of Latin food.
With that, we also had to create the contract that was enclosed with the letter we just saw. This is the contract, and you can't see it, but basically says that Josefina Hernandez, whose company is coming to the Bell Hotel for a conference. We're just confirming how many people, how many plates of food, the breakdown of foods, and then the date that it's going to be at. And on the bottom, it has lines for her to sign and the Food and Beverage Department to sign after that they can return them.
This is the menu for restaurant, and we got a lot of appetizing soups. We got more soups over there, more entrees. It's all a lot of Latin food. We got empanadas, we got regular French fries, chicken wings. We got sopa de pollo, that's chicken soup. We also got we got like nachos and pupusas. So a lot of Spanish type countries.
Do you have a favorite menu item?
Favorite? I'll say pollo brasa. I'll recommend that. So
good. Chicken with brasa.
Oh yeah, that's just the way it's cooked.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, the next few slides are just going to analyze a few weeks of sales for our food and beverage department platters or dishes. And you can see here we're going to identify some trends. Okay, this is just a snippet for the first week of sales for dishes. As you can see, most popular dish and our newest dish is the stuffed chicken breast. Our least popular, prime rib Wellington, and then pasta primavera. And basically up here it's broken down by the 7 days a week. Then you have your totals over here, totals here, and each dish here, and it says which total for each dish for each day. These are just the plate. It's not. It's just like the actual plate of the dish. It's not like how many. And I'm just gonna go through the next couple slides. This is the following 2 weeks and the last week we analyzed. Okay, here's our summary after the 4 weeks or that month of tallying up everything. Big thing that we noticed was the most popular dish overall is going to be almost a tie, but probably stuffed chicken and steak a little bit more popular. And then still the least popular is the pasta primavera. So probably a good recommendation for whoever's running the kitchen is maybe to get rid of the pasta primavera and add a few more steak dishes because the steak's really popular. One other thing, you can see here, each week for that first month, there was a good increase in sales, 4% per week, so that's good for the business. Okay, for the access part of the project, we were given a table of upcoming events, and basically we had to take that table and put it into access and then give an analysis how that was done. So it was a lengthy process, but we learned quite a bit. All right. First column is the guest, who the point of contact is for the company. Next column is the company, shaded in blue. Address here of the company, city, phone number. And then this column here has the room at the Bellwood Hotel that they're holding their event in. And then it says what type of event, number of attendees, charge for the event, and then the date. First thing you notice right off the bat is, and if you don't see a company name for these first three, it's because they're weddings. So it's just an individual person. But the weddings are the most expensive events by far. But the most frequent events are the business breakfasts, lunches, and conferences. So it's kind of, they make all their money off the most frequent events, but the big money events are the weddings. As far as the most popular rooms, is going to be the most popular room at the conference center is the Sunset Room and also the Maritime Room. Probably they're the biggest rooms, and then the Pacific Room is also popular, but it's the least of the three.
This is I was about to talk about things to consider when you're trying to add new things to your menu. So, time for entry. Basically, when you want to add a new entry to your menu, you want to make sure it's well presented and always freshly made. And then for us to start, you want to have a pleasurable price so it can get sold more often. And then the way to offer it is basically when you take an order in the beginning, you should always include say we offer a new dish and just tell them what it is and you see if they want to try something new. And you will also want to make sure that the new item goes with your menu. You don't want to add anything random that's like our menu has a lot of line food. You want to make sure it stays within that. You don't want to add something random, you know what I mean? And that's good. So yeah, basically for the guests, you want to just make sure it has a favorable price. The quantity of the food, not too much, not too little, just perfect for one person. Great taste, appearance of the food is important, and you want to make sure there's a variety as well of food. Preparation. You also preparation. You want to make sure the food is cooked a couple minutes before being served, because you want it to be freshly made, of course. And you need a clean. Your kitchen needs to be clean and inspected. You need a well space filled with many skilled chefs. And you need to have everything ready. You need to have enough utensils, all the spoonware and all that stuff. And then you want to have enough ingredients. You want all of that to be of abundance, so you never miss anything. Equipment, buying new equipment is important for the customers themselves, because they want to feel that they're using clean things. They don't want to just think negative of all that type of stuff. Prices would be good enough for customers, and more importantly, the restaurant itself, because you don't want to just sell everything cheap and then the restaurant doesn't win much money. You want to be profitable. And a well-sized kitchen is also very important. And all utensils should be available for anybody who needs it right away. Service, employees need to stay busy and trying to assist and make everyone at the restaurant happy and comfortable at all times. You need to find new ways of serving. You want to make everything more interesting, and the attitude of employees themselves should always be positive because we want to keep everything, very like everybody happy and stuff. You want to make everything like look dry and stuff. Alright, cost. You must the restaurant must stay aware of cost of everything. Make sure that they're profitable. Again, you want to make sure that they know the price. They get the cost of when they got to buy the ingredients, but then you want to have the right price to get your profits. And you need like things you need to pay for. For example, you got to pay for equipment, testing of the equipment, training for staff. You got to pay for ingredients, and you need to pay for extra help as well. And everything must stay within the budget. You don't want to go past that. And you also need to know all the restaurant needs to know your cost to price ratio, because that makes sure you got everything under control. Things you must do: you must test and standardize the receipts every time you recipes. So, you gotta check your supplies, make sure everything's good. Train cooks and staff. You also want to taste your food because you don't want to just feed people that don't know what it tastes like. So you gotta make sure you taste it. And again, cost and prices must be known. Objective and limitations of this is the restaurant must meet the guest taste and make sure they're pleased by the food. It should be a good atmosphere as a whole. The whole restaurant should be very comfortable, a comfortable place to be at. We want everybody to be happy to be there, and you need to have enough space for everyone to be there as a whole and comfortable and everything. And you just must meet the cost price guidelines and stay within the budget. Go on.
Any questions for food and beverage? Great job, guys. Excellent.
Thanks.
Very